Well, hello, everybody. My name is Marci Steiner, and I am honored to be with you to explore this amazing business opportunity in the health and wellness space, which actually, according to Paul Zane Pilzer, equates to the largest economic trend in world history. And we're going to hear about a company and a product line that is perfectly positioned to dominate in this category. Company that is really growing. And if it's one that resonates with you, we can really lock arms and capitalize on this together. In fact, I took a look at this opportunity myself about 9 years ago and I was blown away. And the way I started my exploration was to watch this ABC News primetime investigative report. So, excuse me, that's what I want to do with you. So I'm going to share my screen. This report is about 3 minutes long, and it's with a very famous reporter, John Quinones. You may have heard of him. He's very well known for going in and debunking, companies, revealing the truth. And here's what he was doing. He actually heard there was a company out there that had the secret to the fountain of youth, and he was like, yeah, let me go in and see what we can find out here. And you're going to see what happens. So as you're watching this information, it's probably the first time you've ever seen this as well. I want you to think about how significant this is and who else needs to know about this information. Okay, so keep that in mind. And I am looking for it. Oh my goodness, you guys. Okay, hopefully you can see that. All right, so this will be about 3 minutes long, and then afterwards, I'm going to bring you up to speed because a lot has happened, a lot that has transpired since this news clip aired. It's very antiquated. As I mentioned, it's just the beginning of our history. So here we go.
Following is an ABC primetime investigative report that aired in 2005.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life.
It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig.
Okay.
I'm here at the University of Colorado in Denver.
This is pretty exciting stuff you find, huh?
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And his decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body,
Leading to disease.
and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us.
Right now, all we know is that this preparation decreases oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is not a disease, just like aging is not in itself a disease, but it's something that accompanies and is attached to many disease processes.
Have you discovered the fountain of youth?
I wouldn't put it that way, but we may have discovered something that will tell us a lot more about how we age, what happens biochemically, and maybe how we can slow it down.
Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. Taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old. But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Have we turned back the clock? Well, maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma. I've studied all of these: strokes, heart attacks,
Even mental disease.
yes,
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression. But we do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
When that news report
Okay.
aired on Prime.
So I'm going to bring you up to speed here. Great. So I'm just wondering if you had ever heard of that term oxidative stress before, if that was on your radar screen, because I had not heard of that term. And I want to start by just making sure we have the same definition of what oxidative stress is and understanding about what our flagship product, Protandim Nerve 2 Activator, does in the body. And then I'm going to bring you up to speed. We'll explore different components of this opportunity. And I'm going to share a little bit about my story as well. And hopefully we'll have a little fun. I really do appreciate you guys being here. You could have chosen anywhere to be and you've joined us. So we're honored. Okay. So oxidative stress is like damage to the cells of our body. It's normal cells that mutate, that change into abnormal cells. And it literally happens from breathing air. Imagine taking in like an apple or a banana or an avocado that you just cut it up, you put it on a plate and you leave it out on the kitchen counter. You know what happens to it, right? How it turns brown. That same process, that breakdown is happening inside of us. And there's so many other things that cause it. Chemicals added to the water to make it safe, preservatives and fungicides and pesticides and colorings in our food. We've got electromagnetic frequencies bombarding us that we can't see, like Wi-Fi. We are breathing in jet fuel when we walk around. We're pumping gas and breathing in the benzene. We have toxins that's coming through our skin. Like, we are literally being hijacked by our environment. And as a result, we are on fire with free radicals. In fact, we have 300 septillion free radicals attacking us every day. That's a 3 with 24 zeros after it. So the thing is, we know about these free radicals, this oxidative stress, it's directly linked to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different malfunctions and breakdowns of the body, including just plain old aging. So what people have been doing about this damage so far, the solution has been up until now to turn to supplements, to turn to antioxidants, right? Like antioxidation, people are eating their blueberries, goji berries, acai berries, camu berries. But now we know that these green juices, these blueberries, they are direct antioxidants, meaning one blueberry can only neutralize one of those free radicals and then it dies off. So you can imagine how many blueberries we'd have to eat. What Dr. McCord was able to do, and by the way, this took decades. This was not an overnight thing. But what he was able to do is he was able to narrow down these 5 natural plant ingredients into a specific recipe. When he hit the exact right ratio of these 5 plants, there was a synergistic effect that caused a NRF2 protein to get activated. He activated this nerve. Now notice, I didn't say supplement. It's not like taking a vitamin and putting that in your tummy where your body's going to absorb the nutrients. No. This is like going over to the light switch and flipping on the lights where the lights come on, right? Well, when he activated, the first time ever that this happened, when he activated this NRF2 pathway, it in turn turns on or upregulates hundreds and hundreds of survival genes in the body. It downregulates fibrosis genes, genes that are inflammatory. It's like taking the dimmer switches and turning it down. It upregulates detoxification genes. And the other amazing thing that happens when you activate NRF2 is that your cells, every cell in your body becomes like a manufacturing plant. Your cells start to make their own antioxidant enzymes. So instead of having to consume the antioxidants, this is like an indirect antioxidant because your body's making its own catalase, SOD, glutathione. And you get put in a position where you're not just neutralizing free radicals at a 1-to-1 ratio. Now you're in a position to neutralize them at 1,000,000 to 1. In fact, he says up to 1,000,000 to 1 per second every second. It'll trip you out. Did you see how John Quinones, the reporter, how his oxidative stress came down 45% in 14 days? The very first independent human study that was done on Protandim puts us in a position as a company where we can make a legal claim that no one else in the world can make. Which, when you're in business and you can claim something no one else can, you're sitting in a really pretty position, right? And here it is, that taking Protandim NRF2 activator reduces that oxidative stress, that damage to your cells, an average of 40% in 30 days. So, based on what I'm telling you in terms of what oxidative stress is and what Protandim NRF2 activator does in the body, who do you think could be in the market for a product like this? Who could use something like Protandim? I hope you're saying everybody, because it's really what it is. When you cut that apple in half, it doesn't matter if it's a Granny Smith, a Red Delicious, a Pink Lady, it's going to turn brown. And if we're a mammal, we're breathing air, we're oxidizing. It's leading to cellular aging. So huge market, right? But let me fill you in on what's happened, because it's very exciting. That was old. And when the original clip aired, at the end of it, it said, for more information, go to abcnews.com. Everybody did. They started emailing, calling. $5 million of orders came in, and our stock, because we're a publicly traded company, went from $1 to $20 overnight, just on sheer speculation about what was going to happen in people's bodies. But we had no infrastructure. We had no sales team. Nobody was there to pick up the phone, take the orders. We ran out of product. Our stock fell to 7 cents, almost got taken off the registry. But the good thing that happened was that all these other researchers and scientists from all over, Harvard, Virginia Commonwealth, Colorado, Michigan, Vanderbilt, Ohio, end up calling up Dr. McCord and saying, if we can get our hands on your product, we want to start initiating and funding our own studies on this. Now, to me, this is also an amazing part of our history, because so many companies, I mean, most companies I know, if they're bringing a product to market, they're doing their own research. They can make it look like whatever they want. But so far, Lifevantage, our company, knows of close to 50 independent research studies that are being done on Protandim. And so far, 28 of those studies have been completed. The findings have been submitted to the scientists at NIH, at the National Institute of Health, and they have peer reviewed the research and then published it as completely the highest form of validation at the National Institute of Health's Library of Medicine. Now, if you're somebody that's like, I kind of like to see the science myself, it's done. You certainly don't need to be a scientist to be in business, but if you're someone who likes to see it and you like to research things, I recommend this is a valid place to go. This is where all the doctors go to do their research. It's called pubmed.gov, like publicmedical.government. Pub, P-U-B-M-E-D, like medical.gov, like government. There's a search bar when you get there, and you can just type in oxidative stress, for example. You'll see over 260,000 studies there that, you can put oxidative stress in anything you want to research. Then you could type in Protandim if you want to see the studies that are done on Protandim. There were studies done on coronary artery disease, scar tissue going away in the body, specifically in the veins. That this research that Ohio State and Virginia Commonwealth did was so profound that even the American Heart Association, that's never endorsed a supplement before, was so blown away by this research that they ended up endorsing Protandim in their magazine, Circulation Magazine, went out to all the American Heart Association members. The government's gotten involved, the Department of Defense, the National Institute on Aging did a study that basically, I mean, you just got to see this, okay? Like, it reduced it was the only thing that natural that they could prove extended life in those male mice. So I'm just saying, like, our hands are on something very significant. I am not a scientist, but I personally love that you can go, if you want to see it, you can see it. Anyway, back to the story. So we had great stories, we had great science, but we were never set up to be an online marketing business. So in 2005, the board of directors said, let's take the product and put it into retail stores. And it let Protandim sat on the shelves of GNC, CVS's, vitamin stores, apothecaries all across the country, but nobody really knew what it was because there was no nutrigenomics shelf. This is the space we're playing in, nutrition that activates your genes, right? There was no biohacking shelf. This is the space we're playing in, because we're literally like, we are being hijacked right now with our health. There's so much that we feel like we can't control that people are actually searching for tools. They're looking for things that they can do that can direct their health in a positive direction. But back in 2005, Protandim sat with the antioxidants. We know supplements are big. Like so many stores have whole shelves dedicated to supplements. And I got to tell you, even the pharmacists hadn't heard of an NRF2 activator. They couldn't explain it at the GNC. So it only sold an average of a half a bottle per store per month. No matter what Lifevantage did, infomercials, they couldn't get the sales above 3 million. So finally, the board of directors called in this consultant, and the guy comes in, he looks at the news clip, he looked at the peer review research. He said, your hands are on what we call in marketing a market disruptor. What do I mean? I mean, like when you've got this new technology, a new product or service that enters into the space and it turns the whole industry upside down on their forehead. That's what happened to Uber and Lyft. They disrupted taxis. Digital photography disrupted the whole film camera industry. Airbnb is disrupting the hotel industry right now. And nutrigenomics is going to disrupt the supplement industry. And we're at the beginning of it. So this consultant said, what you have to do is you have to tell the story, because people have never heard of this. You're pioneering this. So you need to take it out of the stores. The bottle can't talk on the shelf. Put it in the hands of an entrepreneur who can tell the story, work together. And he said, you might want to show that ABC News clip. It was the beginning of your history, and then continue to kind of update people as the story unfolds, which is what I'm doing right now. We're kind of giving you an idea of how our system works. 2009, we pull everything out of the stores, put it in the hands of entrepreneurs, because he said, you've got to leverage word of mouth marketing. It's the number one driver for any consumer making a decision. It doesn't matter if you're a restaurant owner, you're a doctor, you're a personal trainer, real estate agent, you're hoping and praying that your patients, your clients, your customers, your constituents are going to have a great experience. And what are they going to do? They're going to tell someone else who tells someone else who tells someone else. Next thing you know, bam, everybody wants you to be their doctor. Everybody wants to go to that restaurant. I hope you get what I'm saying. It's like word of mouth is powerful. And so that's what we did. We switched the platform to network marketing using a system that's similar to what we're showing you right here. This is one way that we spread the word. Sales that were stuck at 3 million in the stores went to 11 million the first year, 39 million the second year, 126.2 million the third year, and our company's stock starts trading on the NASDAQ. And now we're over 200 million, approaching $250 million, and nobody knows about this. Huge opportunity. The company itself, let's just explore some different components. We've got an incredible board of directors. Actually, if you know who Erin Brockovich is, she's a recent addition to our board. To me, that just reeks of who we are as a company. Our values are, integrity, transparency, fun. Like, we have a lot of fun. And we've got a mission that really spoke to my heart. That is, we're looking to make people better. And in doing so, we're making the world a better place. And we're not just doing it here in the United States. We have really spread all into a lot of different countries, which is significant, because the larger we grow, the more people we help and the more money we make. And I love the fact that we're working with a very experienced network marketing team, like staff at the headquarters level, that really carries the heavy load. As an entrepreneur, to be honest, I got a lot of other things going, a lot of other roles I play in my life. And I love that Lifevantage Corporate takes care of creating websites, updating the websites, creating video content, procuring raw materials that exceed the FDA's requirements. They do all the legal. They're handling the shipping, the distribution centers to get the product out. I don't have to stock it. Like, I love that they do all of that. And I just get to focus on expanding the network with people that I love, that I care about, and hanging out. We're all using the product, and a few of our friends are doing the same thing, or associates, and it just continues to spread like that. I don't have to carry the heavy load that I would in the brick and mortar business, which is certainly one of the options I considered 9 years ago when I was looking for this opportunity. Let's take a look at trends for a second. Home-based business, huge emerging trend. Lots of people looking to create multiple streams of income, and they want to do it around like the nooks and crannies of their life. if they're in their home, like for a lot of people, that's amazing. Anti-aging, I don't know many people that want to age faster, right? And health and wellness, largest economic trend in world history. So these are all expanding trends where we have possible solutions for a lot of people that are looking for answers. Now, with regard to our products, we're not just a one product company. We've expanded into several different product markets. Overall, I love that our products are based on science. I'm not going to tell you a lot of stories tonight about how the product made a difference for this person or that person, although we do have closed Facebook product education groups where the person who invited you here can invite you into the group, and you can hear more of those stories if that's something that's interesting. But our products are the highest quality, nothing's fumigated, irradiated, no GMOs. We actually even have BSCG approval, which stands for the Banned Substance Control Group. So Olympic athletes are cleared to take our products. And from a business standpoint, I love that our products are consumable, because like water filter is a great product. Like people want to really value drinking clean water, but you don't need a new one every month. People want to lower their oxidative stress. As long as they keep breathing, they're going to keep breaking down. They want to keep activating. That means they're purchasing product month after month after month. And when I show you how we're paid month after month after month. So I really like that. Okay. By the way, we're also like first to market. That's a huge advantage, just like Band-Aid was or Kleenex was. And we've got like a very unique product. We don't really have any competition. So it makes it really fun to share something that people have never heard about. Back in the day, I was in the, for a decade and a half, I was a director in the wireless telecommunication space. And it was so much fun to tell people like, we could build a phone in your briefcase, and they'd be like, wow, or you could make a phone call from wherever that's kind of where I feel like we are when it comes to health. People have no idea that they could use nutrition to activate their gene expression. It's powerful, really, it is. So I'm going to share my screen with you again, God willing. I'm going to pull up the short little slide here that's going to just run through these different products. Hopefully you guys can see it here. Okay, we've gone into different product categories. I talked a lot about Protandim. You see there's 5 plant ingredients in this product. We're very, very conditioned to picking up a bottle and going, what's in this? Like, oh, milk thistle, that's good for your liver. Turmeric, that's great, anti-inflammatory properties. That's not the cool thing about Protandim, although when Dr. McCord did hit that exact rate ratio of the 5 ingredients, they were sub-therapeutic amounts, very small amounts, but it made them 1,800% more powerful than just taking the product on their own. And it activated the pathway. Like every pharmaceutical company has their hands in this right now, but so far we are the most efficacious way to get your hand on this product. And of course, you don't need a prescription for it. We don't have side effects. And there's other big companies like Biogen that have FDA approved drugs that you have to have a prescription, like Tacfidera. Biogen has Tacfidera. You have to have multiple sclerosis to get the prescription for it. Costs $50,000 a year, and 60% of patients taking it have side effects. The kicker to me, because this was all public, is that when Biogen went to get their do their efficacy test, it was all public. They compared Tacfidera, their MS drug, to Protandim, and Protandim outperformed their $50,000 a year drug. And ours is $50.99 a month for a 30-day supply. We don't have side effects. So I'm not saying that our products cure, heal, treat, mitigate any condition, because that's against the law. I'm certainly not saying that, but I'm saying what we can claim about Protandim activating your pathway and lowering that oxidative stress, an average of 40% in 30 days, it's significant. Now, we also, and we've got 7 US patents and multiple international patents. That's helpful. Like when you read that Protandim, there's a patent on it lowering C-reactive protein levels. It's huge. Let's look at the next Protandim. Here we go. We have another Protandim that activates a different pathway that increases your mitochondria. That's like the powerhouse of your cell. If your cell, even though it might be divine and it might know what to do, if it doesn't have that cellular energy, it's not going to carry out its function. So we found a way, Lifevantage found a way through nutrition to increase the mitochondria, repair the damaged mitochondria, enhance the communication between the mitochondria. It's really powerful. Then we introduced a third Protandim in an effort to extend cellular life, okay? By increasing sirtuins. Maybe you've heard of the sirtuin proteins. A lot of people try to increase sirtuins by doing dramatic caloric reduction. How fun does that sound? Like, let's eat under 600 calories a day. It's not a great solution long term, but what we know is when these sirtuins are present that extend life, there's always a molecule there called NAD. And Lifevantage found a way through nutrition to activate NAD, thus increasing your sirtuins. And there's a whole host of other benefits to activating NAD in the body. You can see them listed here. It's one that you feel. You feel your like mood be enhanced, your motivation increases. You don't necessarily feel Protandim NRF2 activating your or lowering your oxidative stress. It's kind of like your cholesterol. You don't feel it go up or down, but it does. And I do really, really, really recommend that if you're thinking, oh, I want to try this stuff, I want to get myself activated, don't think about trying it for 30 days. You want to activate your body for at least 90 days and preferably 1 month for every decade that you've been alive, because you didn't get all this resting in your body overnight. It takes time for your oxidative stress level to keep coming down. Something happened though when we introduced this third Protandim to the first two. A synergistic effect happened between all the ingredients of all three Protandim that increased the efficacy of all the products over 100% in 24 hours. So now we are getting patents and marketing these products together as what we call the tri-synergizer. And that's how a lot of people, either this or the Vitality Stack, a lot of people will start their biohacking experience this way. We have a couple other unique nutritionals that a lot of people seek. One is an omega, which is so pristine. It goes from the boat to the bottle very quickly. You can even trace to the boat on a QR code on the bottle. It's incredible. I even like suck the oil out of it. It tastes so good. Now we're targeting the gut specifically, because did you know 70% of our immune system or more is located in our gut? It's literally like our gut is like our second brain. And so gut health is so important. We have a very unique probiotic. Why is it unique? Because the good bacteria we couple with an immune booster, and then we encapsulate it in a special capsule that allows that, it protects the good bacteria to the point where 75% of that good bacteria can survive the stomach acid and they get time release through your intestines. Most of the time when someone's taking a probiotic, which a lot of us do, we don't know if it's doing anything. We don't feel anything different. I'm going to tell you, when you're using this probio, something's up. And then we have a prebiotic that's like fertilizer for the probiotic. And it's got some other great benefits, like it makes you feel a little less hungry. It helps with bowel regularity. I love this prebiotic. It's a powder. And then, of course, to support immunity, we've got a proactive approach to it, where we've got 5 to Thrive, daily wellness. That when you take these 5 products in this specific combination, the zinc, the vitamin C, the vitamin D, the elderberry, and a postbiotic, which kind of evens out everything for your microbiome, it enhances the quality of the activation experience as well. So daily wellness, a lot of people will buy the Protandim Nerf 2 and the daily wellness together as a way to get started. Now, we have ways to help you manage your healthy weight with a protein that's very lean, and also a citrus-based fat burner. And we've moved behind that little NRF2 little yellow activator to several other spaces. Skincare, we took it, Nerf2 activation, into hair care, into personal care, and into the brain with nootropic drinks called Axio. So I'm just going to tell you, these are all really powerful products. Axio is a drink. We have it in caffeinated and decaffeinated, multiple flavors. I call it my executive functioning happy juice, because it's really like brain food. I love mixing it even in, well, you can mix it in a water, it kind of comes in a powder, and I drink it all throughout the day. Some people like to mix half regular, and we call it now and later. So you got that immediate sense of energy without the shakiness, and then sustained energy over time. It's incredible. It's Craxio. That's what I call it, Craxio, because you're going to be addicted. I'm warning you. Right here's the disclaimer. So in terms of the skin, it's our largest organ on our body, and everything we put on our skin actually gets filtered through it. There was a study that Louisiana State University did where they had these mice exposed to carcinogens, and the mice that were nibbling on the Protandim versus the placebo didn't have the same incidence or spreading of the tumors. And that caught the attention of Lifevantage. They thought, wow, how about if we activate the NRF2 pathway, which is wicked anti-aging, from the outside and the inside? And we've developed this 4-part regimen for the skin. And also now we've gone to the hair and the scalp, which I don't know if you know, everything you put on your scalp, it gets brought into your body even faster than other parts of your body. You need to be mindful of that because you're filtering all these toxins that are in our environment. In fact, there's an app you can download for free. It's called Think Dirty. Put in any product and it's going to give it a toxicity rating, where 10 is like really dangerous, like petroleum. And then 0 would be clean. Very hard to find good, clean products, but all of the Lifevantage True Science line are 0s and 1s, and I think one of them's a 2. So very powerful. In fact, let me just show you, pictures worth 1,000 words. We've heard that. Here's before and after. Not the same person, obviously. This is my friend's husband. I actually know him. This is my son's hairdresser. So I can just tell you, these are clean products that work. And lastly, people were giving Protandim to their dogs, to their pets. We love our pets. We take our pets to the vet right before we'll even take ourselves to the doctor sometimes, and they struggle with the same health breakdowns that we do in aging. In fact, when they're puppies, they have accelerated aging, so they really need to be activated young. So we developed a pet tandem treat for dogs, and it supports other areas like joints and the hair and everything as well. So I've never had pet tandem, but I can tell you dogs do eat through the plastic bottle to get to it. It's flavored so amazingly well. So let me stop my share here. I wanted to really take a little bit deeper dive into the products with you as well, so you knew our product category. Okay, let's talk money for a second. I want to wrap this up. Obviously, we want to make a difference. In Lifevantage, I felt like I found my brothers and my sisters. People here are really coming from a place of love and contribution. And that's amazing. And at the same time, if you're in business, if you're somebody who even likes to help a lot of people, it takes money to really help a lot of people. So wherever you are, whether you want to make a little bit of money or a lot of money or big time money, you can do it with our compensation plan, because we're not just paid one way, we're paid actually over 6 different ways. I'm not going to go through the whole compensation plan. I'm just going to tell you, every time you personally expand the network with a new customer or a new business partner, the company pays you a 40% commission when you're qualified. And that's powerful because there's a way to make that money right up front. And I got to tell you, like, timing is everything in a business. With these products, it's fun to bring it, but nobody really knows about this yet. So when you're out there and you're sharing, just know that like I'm talking to you right now through Apple Computer. There was a day when Steve Jobs was in his garage, and he might have been talking to somebody about his computer, but we didn't know about it. And when would we have wanted to invest in Apple computers? When Steve was in the garage or today? Lifevantage is in the garage. So just not only becoming a consumer, but also opening up our heart and sharing and expanding the network with other entrepreneurs who are going to build a network of other entrepreneurs or consumers of the product. It's powerful. We get paid really, really well to do it up front. And I got to tell you, there's a point where enough people start to talk about something. We call it the point of popularization, the critical mass point, where companies go into momentum. We're not there yet. But for helping our business partners continue to pioneer and set up a network of other distributor partners, we get paid launch bonuses. We're compensated to help others do really the work that we're doing as well, right? And you don't have to do that. We all work together as a team. Everybody's really doing their part. And so there's a component of our compensation plan that's leveraged, meaning you're not the only one doing the work. We all work together. And then every time products purchased in your network, you're getting paid an average of 5% of what gets purchased, not just the first time, but every single time product moves through that network forever, as long as they're ordering, down 9 levels deep in your business. So there's also generational check match. When you get to the elite ranks, you tap into global profit sharing. That is the bomb. It took me about 1 year and 8 months to get to that point, but that's the point where you go to sleep at night and someone's sharing product in Japan or Australia or Canada, and you start making a little piece of every product that ships out worldwide. And because of that, we've got a really collaborative component to our community. We have a Lifevantage legacy program where we go to make a difference. We build homes. We've done Operation Smile. We have done so much to make a difference, and the company matches all that. I'm not getting into everything. I'm just telling you, like, what we have our hands on is something really big. I'm going to show you the real money here in a second. But at this point, you might be thinking, wow, this sounds interesting. It sounds really good. Obviously, it's a real publicly traded company. LFVN is the ticker. There's complete transparency. You can see everything, right? But the question is, can you do this, right? And I want you to know you can if you're coachable and you can follow a system, because that's what it's about. It's really about caring and being open and having a desire for something in your life. I had a desire. I was in corporate America. I worked 70, 80 hours a week. I love what I did. I just didn't really like having to ask off for vacation. And when I was on the vacation, I didn't want to leave my beach chair to come back to work. So when I married this guy who was a wonderful provider and started having children, I decided I wanted to be a mom. I wanted to stay home. I wanted to experience all that. And I did. I got to be like the mom at the stands at the volleyball game and at the guitar, rehearsal, and just like everything that I got to do it all. And because I started a network marketing business, I just want you to know I built this company, not this one, but another one, for 10 years. I didn't want to go back to corporate America. So I did that. But I have to tell you, not all network marketing companies are created equal. What you have to do in terms of the system to make the money is different. The compensation plans are different. I found out, which I'm going to show you the real money here in a second, that I could make it to Master Pro 10, where the average income is like 80,000 a month. I'm a Pro 9 in the business, but I found I could make it there with just 3 business partners. And that got my attention. I watched that ABC News report with my husband, who's very successful. And he said, listen, we experienced, unfortunately, a very unexpected financial loss. I went from living a life I didn't think I'd ever have to worry about money to all of a sudden just trying to figure out how to put food on the table, how to keep our kids in private school, how we're going to send them to college without student loans. I didn't know what we were going to do. My husband and I watched this report, and his comment to me was, Marci, if this is really real, and this was 9 years ago, he said, this is going to be big. Like, you need to check out this business. But I don't care if you get in the business. I want that product in my body. And I thought, wow, like, who couldn't do that? Who couldn't share an ABC News report and connect one person with another person? If you can do that, you can do this, okay? You can do this. Let me show you the real money, because we are a publicly traded company. We have to make this available to you. In a minute.
Time
Oh my
in
gosh, hold on.
2005.
I'm so sorry. Hold on. You guys, you do not have to be, you probably can see it and I can't see. Can you see this? I hope you can. So this is the average annual earnings disclosure statement. And if you look at this, this was for 2020, you're going to see on the left-hand side that there's more than 10 distributor ranks in the business. And the way you move up in rank is based on the total amount of product from all the distributors and all the consumers purchasing the product, okay? From everybody, it helps you move up in rank. And by the way, over 70% of our business are customers that are just, they're buying the product month after month after month. We don't have to stock product. We don't have to deliver product as a distributor. These customers are getting the product shipped directly from the company to their house, and they're using the product and they love the product and they buy it. You know, they go on a subscription every single month, but they're not necessarily talking to people about it. So our method to now, our plan to growing to $1 billion company is to really, and what we're talking about here with you right now, is to really kind of expand the numbers of pioneers, consumers of the product that are also going to help us expand the network with other entrepreneurs and consumers of the product. And for doing that, we make money. And that's how we're going to have more people talking about this. So even if you wanted to make like a little extra money, like this Pro 3 rank, an extra $581 a month, for some people, that would be very significant money. It might be a car payment. It might be groceries. Or you get into these premier ranks where this is that monthly average income. That might replace a part-time job or maybe even a full-time job, right? You get into these elite ranks and it's significant. It's big time money. It's game-changing money that gives you maybe options and choices that you didn't have before. I think I might have mentioned for me, and I don't know, you know, I work the business pretty full-time. 80% of us work it very part-time, but I did work it full-time because I wanted to get my husband off the Beltway. That was the truth. I mean, he got a job, was running a company with amazing company, 450 employees, but he sat in horrible traffic. And when he came home, he wasn't happy. And I was like, I got to get him off that Beltway. And so today, you know, I'm a Pro 9. I was able to get him, have the option to come home, start his own business. And it's been amazing. All right. At this point, I want to wrap things up. And I want to say you're falling into one of three categories. Category one, you want to do a little research. Just know anybody can put anything on the internet. Go into that the website of the person who invited you here. You can learn so much about the products there by clicking on any of the pictures of the product. Complete transparency. You can see all the ingredients in the product. Just don't go to Google, because you find bloggers and advertisers that every time you click on their links, their special websites, you raise their Google ranking and they get paid per click from Google. So Google Scholar, which is scholar.google.com, great key, great tip for researching anything online. It'll filter out the bloggers and advertisers, get you right to the facts. YouTube, there's so much on YouTube. Like you can, if you're really into the science, look at Dr. McCord. One of his first lectures he did at Lifevantage was Dr. McCord at Sea Change, like SEA, like the ocean, SEA change. And yeah, talk to the person who invited you here and they'll tell you. Also, when you start your business, the company has an amazing app. They've invested tremendous money. We can actually build the whole business right here on our phone. And in this app, we have a library of all kinds of information. So if you let them know what you want to learn more about, let the person know who invited you here, they can send you through their app a lot of information, okay? Second category would be, I'm interested in using the products. Like my family, I want to get everybody activated. I want to get my dog activated. I want to activate my skin or my hair. That's great. Okay. If that's you, just know you can become a subscriber and purchase the product for the exact same price that distributors buy the product for. And you also get a friends and family code. So you can still share. Instead of making money, you can get a credit on your account and give them a credit on their first month. So if you're thinking, I know I'm going to want to share, but I don't care about making money, I want to maybe get some credits for doing that, become a subscriber. It's almost like Amazon Prime. You'll get free shipping too, shipping included, no matter how many times you order. The subscription is completely flexible. You get your own account. It goes live. You can change what you get. You can cancel it anytime. Love, love, love it. Okay. And then of course, if you're looking at the business opportunity, you want to look at buying a distributor kit with a product package. There's two. The elite package is the way to go if you can swing it, because literally it's going to give you close to $1,000 of savings. It's $999, but you're going to get all this extra product for free, and you're going to get training, access to into convention, into monthly regional trainings. So, and you can do these virtually, by the way. That's important, maybe for right now, but it's going to really give you access to people who have wisdom. It's going to give you shortcuts. You don't have to figure out anything on your own. Okay. So the elite pack is great. And when you download the app and you start with the elite pack, it's going to give you you'll have the opportunity, if you're using the app, to go on a lead rotation list and to possibly have the company assign customers to you. So that's kind of exciting. And you'll see, as you're building, the people who are exploring the business opportunity with you are going to ask you, how did you start? When I was in that position and deciding how I wanted to start, and I decided I wanted to go with the highest pack, it was because I felt like I wanted to be in integrity. I wanted to really have my own personal experience with different products. So you'll know like all the different product categories, because you're going to get a good amount of product. You're going to know what different flavors of Axio taste like. So go there, or choose the Premier Pack, which is $299. Doesn't give you a lot of product, but you can come in, you can start making money for sharing, and you just get in where you fit in. All right, you guys, I'm going to wrap this up. I just want to say thank you so much again. It was fun. I tried to be like giving you a lot of details and going deep with you, but also high level. I'm sure you might have some questions. You might even have some concerns. I'm going to tell you, this isn't a get rich quick thing. It's not easy. I'll tell you why it's not easy. The system's really simple. It's just what goes on in our head, the fears that come up, the fear of success, the fear of failure. But when you're surrounded by amazing people that love you, that care about you, that are showing you the way, it's just, I just want you to know, like, your dreams are important. So many of us have things that we want in our life, but we just take them and we put them aside because we're okay. We're fine. We're good, right? Just don't be good. Be amazing. This life is such an incredible gift. And I want to be here to help you and support you in having all your dreams coming true. It's an amazing journey. So if you have any questions or you want to just talk, let's continue the conversation. If you're clear, this is for you, you're in alignment, let's get started. Get back to the person who invited you, and we'll tell you what's next. Have a great night. Again, I'm Marci Steiner. It's been an honor. Have a wonderful evening.